Welcome back, Track Fans Global. We're here today to look at 10 of the top performances at the 2025 World Championships that just conclude over there in Tokyo, Japan. Right, but before I do that, I want to take a minute or so to congratulate our Jamaican athletes and doing an excellent job over there in the land of the rising sun. Right, a lot of the athletes performed far better than we expected. Some athletes that we didn't even expect to get medals. Right? The only thing you can ask from an athlete is to perform at their best. Once they perform at their best, then it should be good enough for us. And with that being said, right, on the medal table, right, Jamaica actually finished 10th, right, with 1 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze. Right, Jamaica, in terms of total medals, Jamaica have the 3rd highest amount of medals, right? But you know, when the tables are ranked, it is ranked on how many gold medals you have. And so that's why Jamaica come 10th overall. But in terms of amount of medals amassed, Jamaica will be 3rd overall, right? So at the beginning of the competition, when I did my preview on the Jamaican team, I estimate that we could get between 10 and 12 medals. So I am glad that I am right in that. Right, the second thing that I am right on in the past week. So yay me. But let's get into it. Now, these 10 performances that I'm going to look at, they are not the only 10 top performances at the championship. But to me, these are some of the top performances at the championship. Now, if it is, when I'm finished through with these, you want a part 2 to this, where I look at some other performances, because there's a lot of other performances that could be on this list. But since I had to choose 10, these are the 10 that I choose. Right, so if you have any performances outside of this that is better, you can comment in the comment section at the end of this video. Now, without any more talking, let's get into the video proper. Mando Duplantis of Sweden, he broke the pole vault record for the 14th time. At the World Championship, he jumped 6.30 meters, right, to break the record again. When Mando Duplantis break record, right, it's not shocking to us, right? But what he has done is historical, because he now become the first athlete to jump over 6.30 meters, right? And he's still the only athlete that has jumped over 6.20 meters in the pole vault, right? So I think that stands out to me. And the reason that stands out to me also is that Karalis of Greece, right, for the most part, push him. I've never seen Mando Duplantis getting pushed in much competitions, right? Let's move on to the next. MJW, as in Melissa Jefferson Wooden, right? She ran 10.61 seconds to become the 4th fastest woman of all times en route to claiming the 100-meter title. So she's now only behind Florence Griffith Joyner, Elaine Thompson-Era, and Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce. And she actually broke the record that was set by Sha'Carri Richardson, right, in 2023. The next performance that I have to hail as a great performance is actually Oblique Seville, running 9.77 seconds. The first time under 9.80 seconds, something that we know that he has the potential to do for a long while now, right? But it was extra special because he ran this in the championship final to win the gold finally, right? This is like Seville's 4th major championships, and he always come up short of the podium. And so this year, the daughters were saying, okay, here Seville come again. Dominate the season, don't get a medal. But how hush right, the haters were. You could just hear when they see Oblique Civil touch the front and leading out that Jamaican 1-2, right? So big up to Civil and big up on winning that world title. Lillian Odira of Kenya produced an explosive performance in the women's 800 meters to take down the pre-championship favorite Keely Hodgkinson, and she stops the clock 1 minute 54.62 seconds, bettering the championship record of Jamalia Kratakilova, world record holder. And this record was from in the 1980s. So this was one of the most long-standing records, and she broke it, right? Very impressive performance to say the least. Moving on to the next one, but by no means the less one on the list, because this performance was dropped by Sydney McLaughlin Levrone, right? She runs the second fastest 400-meter time of all times when she clocked 47.78 seconds. This is just 0.18 of the world record of Marita Kat, right? And this record of 47.6 has been standing for 4 decades. As a matter of fact, the championship record that she broke of 47.99 by Jamila Kratakilova, right? This record had stood since the 1980s, right? So the 400 meters is under world record watch, right? Just like I mentioned some days ago when I dropped a video where I state that I was right, that in 2025, woman would run sub 48 in the 400 meters. So you can go and have a look at that video for further details on what I said over there. The next performance that stands out to me, right, is from the 20-year-old Botswanan athlete, Colin Kebina Shippey, right? He won the men 400 meters final running 43.53 seconds, and to become the first Botswanian man to win the 400 meter world title and to become number 10th on the all-time list in the 400 meters. How is that for a very young man? Very impressive, to say the least. Let's go on. Now, Valerie Allman finally win a world championship, right? For the past 2 world championships, she had finished right outside of gold medal. She get 3rd in 2022 and 2nd in 2023 in Budapest. But this time she claimed the gold, and in dominating fashion too, right? She won the competition by over 2 clear meters over her closest rival, Van Klinken. Now, the next performance, right, that stands out to me, and more so for the Jamaican diaspora, is Navasky Anderson. Navasky Anderson had already created history by making the 800 meters final. But he's not contented with just making history. In the final of the men's 800 meters, Navasky Anderson ran 142.87 seconds. Right? The first Jamaican man to go sub 143 in the 800 meters. As a matter of fact, January the 1st, 2025, right? At this point, no Jamaican man has run the 800 meters under 1:45. But we're in September, and now 2 Jamaican men has run the 800 meters in 1:43 and 1:42. So very impressive by Navasky Anderson. And I hope this bodes well for Jamaican going up in the 800 meters, showing them say, sprint alone we do. We run the 8 too. We run the middle distance too. Alright? The next performance that stands out to me is Yolanda Roas of Venezuela. Roas has been out of the triple jump competition for 2 long years, and the World Championship was her first competition back. And you know what she did? She take the bronze medal, jumping 14.76 meters. Who is writing this script? Because you don't take 2 years off from competition, just come back, the first competition back, and win the bronze medal. This tells us in 2026, the world triple jump for women is gonna explode. Because if she remains injury free, it's clear that she's only gonna be jumping better and better from here, right? And her personal best is actually 15.68 meters. She's the world record holder in the triple jump. So, interesting times are ahead in the women's triple jump. Number 10th on my list and last is Botswana beating the USA in the men's 4x4 finals in a race that nearly did not happen. The 4x400 meters final was like a repeat of last year's Olympics, where the USA beat Botswana barely at the line. But this time it was Botswana's day. Right? Kebina Shipi, from about 5 meters down, run down Rai Benjamin and pass him out the line. Right? I believe for a fact if there wasn't rain, that this performance would be more impressive, because the world record would have gone down. Botswana does have a team to do that, right? And last year they come very close to it in the Olympics, right? But so it goes, right? As we say in Jamaica, man a plan, but God a wipe, all right? So we have to give and take with that, right? So those are 10 of the top performances that I see coming out of the World Championships. Now, if you have other performances that you think are top and should be on this list, right, or that you enjoy personally, share them in the comment section, right? And if you want to see a part 2, right, where I look at other performances that are top performances, share it down in the comment section. As a matter of fact, blow up the comment section, like and subscribe and share. And remember, track fans global, track and field from Jamaica to Pakistan. You understand? I'm out.